Hi everyone, it's Lucy from My Crazy Craft Life, and I'm here today with the design team post for Scrapping for Less. I'll be using the Picket Fence Studios Let's Shake Our Tail Feathers stamp set, and I'm going to do something a little bit different. So instead of coloring the image of the tail feathers, I'm going to use embossing powders on it. So I take the stamp of the tail feathers and I use Brutus Monroe's clear embossing ink, and I had like an assembly line going, where I stamped the image, then I put the embossing powder on, and then I did heat emboss each of these as I went through. Not because once you put the embossing powder on that you couldn't hold off, but I was afraid I was going to run into it or hit it or do something and mess it up. So that's why I just did each one every time I finished it. Now I did this a little bit different because, like I said, I used a bunch of different colors of embossing powder while I was doing this, and I just kind of colored it with that. I just kind of went along the edge and did the different things with it. I tried to remember to use my powder tool with all of them. I didn't remember on all of them, but I did pretty good. But the embossing powders I used were Wow embossing, or Zing embossing powder, I'm sorry, purple metallic, green metallic, and blue metallic, and then the turquoise one is actually fluorescent blue regular, and that one I actually liked the least, especially on the black cards. The white one, it didn't matter so much, but I think because it just was missing that metallic color to it. And then, since obviously I was mixing the colors when I would put them back, when I would put it on the sheet and put it into a separate bottle, I ended up making one with all of the colors that were mixed up together, and I thought that turned out really cool. Then I put the sentiment stamps on, and I used silver metallic for all of the sentiments. I used two different sentiments, Let's Shake Our Tail Feathers and I Admire Your Inner Beauty, and then I heat embossed all of them, and I think that they turned out really cool. So then I cut the panels down to 4 inches by 5 1/4 because I'm making all A2 size cards, and I found card bases for all of them. And the card bases are 5 1/4 by, 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. And then I just taped all of the panels down, and then I used a bunch of different things to embellish. I used some crystal Nuvo drops, I used some iridescent clear sequins, which are some of my absolute favorites, and then I used pink and Maine glossy dots in silver for some of them. So the colors I used for the Nuvo drops were, maybe if I can find it I will tell you, Crystal Drops Bottle Green, Violet Galaxy, and what the heck is this called? I gotta put my glasses on, hold on. Silver Lining. So those were the three for the one that I used the Nuvo drops on. And then, like I said, I used the glossy dots and then the iridescent sequins on some of them. And I just kind of put them all around, and I just absolutely love how all of these cards came out. Like I said, I was a little less happy with the turquoise in it, especially on the black card, but the rest of them I think turned out great. And I even ended up making that card with the one where they were all mixed together. So I know some people might worry about that, but I know myself, I have so many embossing powders that I could live to 150 and never probably use all of them. So I thought this was a great way to kind of put that to use and use something that I already have and make some really cool cards. So that is it for me today. I hope everybody enjoyed this. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, and if you wait around to the end, you will see a couple up there that you could click on. So thanks everybody for joining me. I hope everyone has a great day.